What's up guys, Hals here from Rivals HQ. Today we're going to be breaking down how to dominate with Black Panther. We've got a ton of great tips for you today, so let's get into it. Really quickly, before we start, I want to thank all of you for the support on the recent video. We really appreciate it. To celebrate 100 subscribers, we're going to be doing an alpha code giveaway. If you want to join, all you have to do is like, subscribe, and comment down below your favorite hero in Marvel Rivals. Before we dive into it, we're going to be talking about some basic information so you guys can get a good idea of how this guide is going to go. I'll be referring to Black Panther as BP as well throughout this video. So Black Panther is a melee dive duelist. He's able to deal a lot of burst damage up close. He has no range capabilities, so your goal is to look for opportunities to get into the enemy's backline as much as possible to pick off groups of duelists and strategists. First, let's talk about BP's space ability, the wall climb and double jump. This allows you to get vision on the enemy and help set up your dives. Strategists and duelists are going to be primary targets for you to engage, so climbing up to high ground and picking targets down below should be your bread and butter. You don't want to be using BP to kill vanguards, as their large health pools will always beat you out. You want to stick to a backline assassin playstyle, picking off groups of duelists and strategists. Alternatively, the wall climb and double jump is also a very good escape tool, so playing near walls is very helpful if you get caught with no cooldowns. Using this ability mid-fight is also not a bad way you can get value out of this ability. Using it to throw off your opponent's aim in duels, climbing up little ledges, but the key thing to remember guys is you should be using this ability to escape and set up your dives. BP's melee hits, Vibranium Claws, deal around 31 damage per swing. This makes it an 8-shot kill to 250 HP targets, which is really bad. His melee range is extremely short. It's not as big as Spider-Man's punching range, so expect to deal 85% of your damage through the usage of your shift ability, Sprint Rend. BP's passive is when he drops below 200 HP, he deals extra damage. The lower he gets, the more damage he deals. A crucial part of BP's kit is his shield overhealth. You get shield overhealth by hitting your enemies with your dashes. Black Panther also has a team up ability. This is with magic. This creates a small portal for Black Panther and magic to use. This can help with a dive or simply just getting out of spawn faster. BP's right click is Spear Toss. He has 2 charges of this. It deals 40 damage. Each charge has a 5-second cooldown and is his only source of range. This ability's main purpose, however, is to apply a Vibranium mark to enemies. More on this ability later. BP's E ability is a spinning kick. This is another dash, however. This one has a small wind-up animation. It deals 85 damage and has an 8-second cooldown. This ability also applies a Vibranium mark to enemies hit by this dash. Sprint Rend. This dash is the best tool in BP's kit. Mastery of BP's dash will be what separates amazing Black Panther players from the just alright ones, dealing 85 damage and sending you through any target you hit. This dash is going to be your main tool of engagement, combo setup, and escape. It has a 12-second cooldown, so knowing when and where to dash is going to be crucial in your time playing BP. Lastly, BP's ultimate, Bast's Descent, is a long-range claw slash dealing 150 damage and applying a Vibranium mark to anyone in front of him. So now you know what Black Panther's abilities do, let's learn how you can dominate with him in your games. Firstly, we have to talk about BP's Sprint Rend reset, as this is where a majority of your value is going to come from. So as we talked about before, hitting a Vibranium marked enemy is how you reset your dash. Now to apply the mark, you have 3 options: his Spear Toss, his Spinning Kick, or his ultimate, if you have it charged. If you hit anyone with these abilities, they will automatically be marked. So here are some basic ways to reset your Sprint Rend. The first one is Spear Dash. Simple as that. You just throw your spear, dash through them. The next one is a kick reset. So we kick in and dash out. Because we applied the mark, we instantly get our shift back. Now, before we move on, it's crucial you guys have these techniques down, as these are the basic fundamentals to all of BP's combos. So I suggest you get comfortable with these basic resets before moving on. BP is a dive hero. He fills a similar role to Genji in Overwatch, dealing high burst damage at close range and being able to take on 1v1 duels. So in order to dominate, you're going to need to know combos to consistently win 1v1 or 2v1 engagements. The first combo is a spear, dash, spear, dash. This is just taking what we used before and resetting it twice to take down a 250 HP target. The second combo is spear, dash, kick, dash. So once again, we're just taking the building blocks of what we talked about before and just adding to it, basically allowing us to take down a full 250 HP target. A quick tip, if you want to increase the speed of these combos, all you have to do is make sure you're throwing the spear and dashing at the same time so you can receive an instant reset upon hitting an enemy. So this next tip for BP is for his kick. When you use this kick, you can actually control the direction of the kick mid-dash animation. So you can make some pretty crazy plays with it, and you can really get creative with it. Here I fake going for the health pack and turn back around, basically doing a U-turn. You can also use this to quickly dash around a corner. So I encourage you guys to really get creative and think of ways you can use this in your games. So our next tip is crucial to you getting your ultimate faster. So due to BP not having any range, your only source of poke is your 2 spears. So when you are not engaging, what I want you guys to do is always just mark the enemy. Even if you're not going in, this is still getting you ult charge quicker than not doing it. This could also make the enemies think you're about to engage. So this could also be a good way of creating panic in the enemy team, and it may even bait out some utility, which in turn will help when you eventually dive in. Now this next tip you need to absolutely be doing in your games. This is what's going to separate bad BPs and amazing BPs. So that is scouting. And all it is simply using your wall climb for high ground to scout enemies and plan your moves. This is how you want to be playing BP, using your wall climb to spot enemies or sitting on high ground to get information on where the enemies are coming from. Using the high ground is going to be how you start majority of your engagements. This will be how you plan your flanks and look for isolated targets to pick off. If, however, the enemies are grouped up, this leads me into my last tip I have for you guys. BP excels at fighting in close range chokes where the enemies group up really tight together. What do I mean by this? When you hit the flank using the tips we just talked about, if an enemy team is grouped up and staying close together, this is where you can decimate teams. Once you've flanked and you're right behind them, wait for your team to engage. Then,
take him to church.
Cycle your combos we just went through, resetting your dash, kicking, using spear, ulting. Just use the combos, land the resets, and the whole team will crumble so fast from the amount of damage you've dealt instantaneously. BP will shred through groups of enemies because he's able to constantly get resets and just constantly put out damage. They can't stop him easily because his passive overhealth is kicking in while he's doing this. So he'll be jumping up to 400, 500 HP with the overshields. Well guys, that's going to be it for the guide. Trust me, stick to him, keep practicing, you will improve, just stay consistent. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like, drop a sub, we would greatly appreciate that. Remember, all you have to do to sign up for the alpha code giveaway is like the video, subscribe, and comment down below what your favorite hero is, and you guys will automatically be entered. Easy as that. Alright, thanks guys, peace.